Lovelace here with us today in the booth with Grant Cole. They're going to be kicking off the Upstate New York's D1 team, this third and fourth place matchup. We're going to have this. We're going to have a little break. We're going to go back for finals. Small College, Great Waters versus Eastern Pennsylvania, D1, Midwest versus Texas. But right now, we have to see this one through as these players are playing for third place. Izzy Robinson from Wayne State ready to get us going. The senior puts up a high hanging kick. Well done, taken down by the New York team in those lovely blue, red, and yellow jerseys. My favorite jerseys of the weekend, Darian.
On an unfortunate little bobble that happens there that will result in our first scrum to Mid-America.
Referee Chamberlain has the first scrum of the game here. Sophie Schaefer. Somebody asked her, "Where's your head?"
Simon says.
Yeah. And here she goes. She's pretty excited, Sophie Schaefer. I'm Colgate University, coached by David Chapman up there. Psychology major, minoring in education studies. Goes after Izzy Robinson, but can't take her down. It's going to be two fun scrum halves there if that's who they're playing.
I think that was why she had to hype herself up, was because she knew she was going up against Izzy Robinson.
Izzy. All right, and Izzy Robinson looked for that long pass, but decides to come back around the other way. Very intelligent player in Robinson, good game manager. If she has a good game, they'll have a good game. Here comes Mid-America off to the left-hand side. Little spin move, but not breaking through that Upstate New York Snow Leopards defense. And the Snow Leopards able, well, tried to take that one away, but there's a knock-on. So we're just going to have a scrum here for Mid-America just inside the Snow Leopards half.
A little back and forth play. It looks like they kind of are only playing on this left half of the field. Not really using too much width, kind of staying close together. I wonder if their tactic is to just try and use those offloads that worked very well for Mid-America.
Take a look there at Sam Weiss for Mid-America, University of Missouri player, coached by Zach Schneider. And here comes Mid-America, a little thought for a kick there, but they're going to go for a run. They're going to move it to the wing. Let's see if this player can break through that covering defense. Cannot. That was Weiss again, and Robinson moves it across field. She's got a player in front of her. Player backs up. See, referee Chamberlain says, "We're all good. Let's play on." Snow Leopards just piling in defense, but they're going to keep their shape and come across. A little switch move back in. Robinson looks like to Nelson, her teammate at Wayne State. Coached by Darren Barner up there in northeastern Nebraska. Good program. Izzy Robinson in her final year before she returns to the sunny climes of Brisbane, Australia. They move the ball across. Nelson again gets it wide. Little bobble there from Weiss, the University of Missouri player. Knocked it on. We're still at zeros here, about 3 minutes into the game. Going to be a scrum here for Upstate New York.
Yeah, just took her eyes off of the ball for 1 split second. That could have resulted in a long line break because there wasn't really anybody on the right-hand side after a break on the left from Mid-America. Just have to really focus on catching the ball before you decide to take off just to ensure that you got possession.
Scrum right at their own 40-meter line. It's going to be Sophie Schaefer, captain of Colgate, from one of the Welsh-named towns in Pennsylvania. Chinwyd, I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly. Maybe Grant Cole speaks Welsh as we continue to move this game along. Upstate New York, little step in, little step out. Across the 50-meter line they go. That looked like Ramsey, one of the St. Bonaventure players. We'll double-check that. Not so. That is Caitlin Olive from Clarkson University, a student coach team. She's a freshman. She's from Menham, New Jersey, and she is in the tri-zone. Pete Chamberlain happy with it. 5 points here for Upstate New York. Snow Leopards take the first lead.
Well, it looked like just a really good straight run on a drift defense coming from Mid-America. Those straight runs work so well. The freshman Caitlin Olive really found that gap and was just able to bat down her head and get to step in towards that tri-zone. As we see here, just a really nice straightening up of the run because Mid-America was coming across, and that's just opening up the stride. You can see the intent. She's pumping those legs. Pete Chamberlain, not as fast as she is, and he gives her the try down for Upstate New York.
ball over the head of this Mid-America team. And maybe, see what Referee Chamberlain says here, a little bit of a mess down there. Let's come back to Mid-America. A little show there. Turning upfield, power running. Robinson moves it wide. They have some open space out here. The foot race is on, and a cover defender is working hard to get there, but it may not be enough as off goes this player from Mid-America. And Mia Balderas is going to touch it down, the freshman from the University of Arkansas.
Very, very good speed. That was all set up by Lauren Nelson, who was really doing a good job of manipulating the space. She wiggled her way out of one tackle, threw a dummy, dish to fend, gave it to Izzy Robinson, who's always good off of the left hand with her passes, and then gives it to Mia Balderas, who showed her speed and says she would also like a track meet of a try for herself as well. Izzy Robinson, not common for her to miss those kicks, especially whenever they're right there. Again, we see the opening of the stride. That is some fast feet moving. She's just coasting. We see them come across to try and corner flag. They're not going to catch her, and she tries to get to the middle. Luckily, she gets pulled down to the ground. And so we are all tied up 5-5.
5-5 here. Under a minute to go in this first half of action. Izzy Robinson to kick off for Mid-America in this third and fourth place matchup. After this, a break, and then Great Waters EPRU, Midwest versus Texas of the D1 championship in the stadium. A big break down the side there. Is that Olive again? She can't make it all the way this time, but a nice little pop up there to, it looks like Danger. Oh, sorry, it's not. It is Gabby Dispenza, the freshman from St. Bonaventure, playing for Tui Osborne. She's from Buffalo, New York. Be cheering on her Bills later, I am sure. And a good contest turns into a bad contest as one of the players from New York comes flopping over that breakdown, and we're going to have a penalty here with Izzy Robinson ball in hand. 7 minutes gone on our clock, so she is just going to roll that one into touch, and it's halftime, all tied up at 5s. Mid-America, Upstate New York. We're going to go back with second half action momentarily. Won't you stay with us?
For over a decade, the Collegiate Rugby Championship has been the largest premier rugby sevens tournament in the United States, and this year is no different. Join us for the 12th annual May Madness Sevens on Memorial Day weekend in New Orleans. Watch your favorite college rugby team compete, tackle, and sprint their way to the winner's podium. Watch the best men's and women's college rugby teams fight for the National Collegiate Rugby title all Memorial Day weekend long at the Gold Mine on Airline. Get your tickets, and we will see you at May Madness Sevens.
Big bump in that far corner, looking to feed it back on the inside. Darius Law has his twin brother, Donovan Law, for the opening. Phelan cuts back in, looking for the try line. This man is electric. Here's Phelan, gets the first try in the final.
And here's Adegoke. That's the girl we were looking out for. She has got unreal speed, and she just got
another long run. Just had one denied at the end of the first half because they were going.
Warner with a little gap. Warner slips through. This is brilliant. It's a bank heist from Colson Warner.
Headed towards the try line and dots it down. He is good. Run there from Claire. Claire looks for a teammate, finds a teammate, gets Annie Henderson. She is looking for the corner. She has beat a couple of people. Is there a cover defense coming across?
It's the 2021 Collegiate Rugby Championship, and this is your champion side, the Lindenwood University Lions from St. Charles, Missouri, and that's what it means to the side. They've defeated their rivals, Light University, 10-7.
This is the Collegiate Rugby Championship, the best college rugby sevens event in the country. Be there as we continue to take collegiate rugby to the next level.
Welcome back. It will be second half action in the Division I third place game here at the National Collegiate Rugby All-Star Sevens. Women's Sevens National Cup you see in their very natty jerseys. Upstate New York tied with Mid-America. It's at 5s. John Broker with Darian Lovelace and Grant Cole coming for this one. Kickoff from Megan White from Niagara University. Ball down quickly into the hands. It looks like Amari Williams, and tackle comes in. Penalty for a high tackle. Referee Chamberlain spots there. We are in the second half. Izzy Robinson steps up. See what she decides to do. She's got a great boot, so she wants to put it down there to be a line out for Mid-America, just about 10, 15 meters out from the try line. If they can bring down this line out, they will be in a great attacking position here.
Pete Chamberlain setting up for the line out. We see the try scorer there, Mia Balderas, who was able to get the only score for Mid-America with a brilliant try after stretching those legs. And we'll get a throw in from Izzy Robinson.
Izzy Robinson under the attention of the Upstate New York players. That was knocked down by them, but it was a knock on. You could see the displeasure on Dispenza. She had try line on her mind. But we're going to come back here for the scrum off the knock on. And going to be Mid-America.
So I think that she got a little bit frustrated. We'll see the replay. So here we've got really good job getting in that space to try and knock that ball. She took off, but then got the hair pulled. Unfortunately, whenever you've got long hair like that and somebody's reaching for the back of your jersey, it does come into play. But I'd be lying if I said that if somebody pulled my hair, I wasn't a little bit frustrated.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think Lauren Nelson was intended to yank her down by the hair there, but it just was. She was grabbing for something because it was a nice break there from Dispenza. But there had been a knock on anyhow before that, so they're going to come back for that one.
Yeah, I usually have my hair basically glued to my head because if somebody pulls my hair, it's almost like a switch.
Yeah. Like the Hulk.
Yeah. That's a light you don't want to turn on.
We wouldn't like you when you're angry, Darian.
Folks, I am so nice. Do not let them fool you.
Ball coming in here from Lauren Nelson. Izzy Robinson at the 5-meter line. Izzy Robinson going to offload that one there to Amari Williams from University of Arkansas. Ball nearly ripped away by the Upstate New York team. Indeed, it nearly was, but they're going to get it back. Referee Chamberlain has spotted something. We'll see what the call is. Scrum for Mid-America. They're spending a lot of time down near this zone.
Looks like it'll be a Mid-American scrum. It looked like the Upstate New York player, whenever she was trying to get her hands into that ruck, might have knocked it on. Good job to get in there. It's just really important that whenever you do go over to poach that you're bringing the ball back towards you rather than just throwing hands in there, just to make it so that the turnover will at least go back to your side and all your hard work won't be in vain.
Izzy Robinson feeds that one off. A clear outside there for Nelson. She showed the in. She went to the out. Laura Nelson, the senior from Fort Calhoun, Nebraska, touches down, and the lead is to Mid-America with about 3.5 minutes to go. Great work by two Wayne State teammates.
Yeah, that zigzag run in and then to cut back out is lethal, especially whenever you've got space to burn and you've got the speed. She did a beautiful job of cutting in like she was going to take it towards the center, but then that quick step outside really made it so that she was able to get her own try.
Izzy Robinson can hit these kicks.
She usually does. On that last one, she wasn't able to slot it through. So we'll see.
Tougher angle. Has the distance, certainly. Does not have the accuracy for Izzy Robinson, unfortunately.
So here we see the scrum with the put in from Izzy Robinson. Good scrum coming in from Mid-America as they just loop it right through. Again, Lauren Nelson acting like she's going in, but she has the ball in two hands and then transfers it to her right to dish the fend and get that separation. So she's able to get over into that try zone. And a backflip, everybody. I have no idea where that came from. I think she actually is a gymnast.
I hope so.
There's
junior Olympic level competitive gymnast Dulce Muscalo from Colgate announces her presence on the field. I was going to do a backflip before the finals, but she's taken my thunder away, and we're off running here. Upstate New York moving the ball across the face of the try zone. Dispenza has it. Dispenza is going to break through across the 22. Dispenza is a competitor. She's got one player to beat, and can she do so? That right there is Bianca Wallmeister. And Wallmeister, they're playing a little bit of running chess here. Dispenza really wants this try. Dispenza gets through again. Dispenza has one more on her. Dispenza touches down. St. Bonaventure University played for Kenmore Rugby, played for Rakavi Rugby Club with Tui Osborne, and plays at St. Bonaventure for Tui Osborne. And she is happy and in love with that try.
I'm going to be honest, that might be the try of the day. I mean, her skill set in order to transfer the ball left and right, because she was trying to dish the fend. She's moving the ball away from the defender and is continuing to pump her legs. That number 7, I believe that was for Mid-America, Bianca Wallmeister, she's always chasing down, and she's usually able to make those hits, but dishing out those fends, transferring the ball away from your defender, using that weave of a run, was able to get that down. That was a beautiful try. We see here the chase down from Wallmeister. She transfers the ball to the right-hand side so that she can dish her fend left, gets that separation, is continuing to do so, keeps that fend out, gets that separation. Lauren Nelson is coming, but that is a well-deserved try. Personally, I believe that might be the try of the day so far.
Certainly is. And Upstate New York underway again. We're all tied up here. Under a minute to go. That one gets knocked on. We will have to have a winner in this game should it go to overtime. Overtime would be 7 minutes either way.
Very unfortunate for Mid-America to knock it on in their own try zone. Sorry, folks, but brain kind of got a little bit jumbled, but good for them to give an attacking platform now for Upstate New York.
It's 5 minutes sudden death in overtime, so they get to that. We have 10 seconds left in regulation on the clock here. Upstate New York is going to move that one. A little indecision there in the middle of the field. Need to make something happen. Ball out wide there. Here's a break around the corner. Could this be the end of the game? This may be if this player doesn't get hauled down. And what great work that is. Dolce Muscalo, that gymnast from Colgate University, economics major from Reading, Connecticut, touches it down. Teammates are lifting her up, and it is 15-10 with no time on the clock. Upstate New York, maybe our third place Division I.
With a backflip like that she just did.
It's Jess Dolce Muscalo for the try.
Oh, goodness!
Wow. That one I wasn't going to do before the finals. I just had a single backflip I was working on.
Right. It is incredible.
Even our East German judge gave that a 9.
And Pete Chamberlain whistles us for the end of the game. So we're going to take a look at Dolce Muscalo here, the savior for this team, the absolute player to put it down and away. That is a big try. We are here at Aviva Stadium. We're going to move inside the stadium at 12:35 Central, 1:35 Eastern. We are going to bring you the small college championship, Great Waters versus EPRU, and D1 final between Midwest and Texas. We are going to come back with all that action after a 30-minute break. Stick with us. It's going to be awesome.